Can I have the rabbit?
No.
Sorry. I have a lot of growing up to do. I was talking to my imaginary friend Russell the other day about this.
We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Today we present another installment of our ever-popular Good Report. Psychology Today reports that negative news makes us sadder and more anxious. Bad news sells newspapers, but good news turns frowns upside down. So let's celebrate some things of Good Report. First up is a study claiming that somewhere out there a woman will give birth to a baby every quarter of a second. I gotta tell you, I think we need to find that woman and stop her. For every bank that gets robbed today, 872 puppies will be born, and 32 hedgehogs will find new homes, my friends. Okay, I made up the part about the hedgehogs. For every plane that crashes this year, though, more than 1 million will land safely, with about 48% of the passengers smiling and in good spirits. The rest will have lost their luggage. This year, the average American will eat, on average, a scoop of ice cream a day. The most popular being, you know what it is, it's vanilla. And the average number of licks it will take a Canadian to polish off a scoop? 50 licks. Those sound like big scoops to me. In the great news category, while only half of the girls in developing nations completed elementary school in 1980, 80% now do. Isn't that cool? According to the UN, the number living in extreme poverty has plummeted from 35% in 1993 to 14%. And in 1990, more than 12 million children died before the age of 5. This toll has since dropped by more than half. One study shows that roughly 95% of us had no idea about this. It's true. In other news, Jude Ryder is the proud owner of Mrs. T, a 90-year-old tortoise. Mrs. T is a celebrity now, but she was facing a grim future after losing her 2 front legs in an accident. So, Jude turned to her mechanical engineer son for help. His solution? Wheels, man, wheels. She took to them right away, Ryder recalls. She can get up a good speed, much faster than before. Wow. Mrs. T is still young in tortoise years. She could go on for another 50 years, who knows? But will likely need a new set of tires and a wheel alignment now and then. Says Jude, she has the run of the garden again, and we can always find her because she leaves very strange tracks behind wherever she goes. And that, my friends, is how you avert a turtle disaster. In other good news, Jean Abbott was a child when she was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. But after 3 decades of suffering muscle spasms, weakness, and near immobility, this 38-year-old mama of 3 learned that she actually has dopa-responsive dystonia, a rare yet treatable disorder. After a few pills, she stood up without assistance for the very first time. Can you imagine? 4 months later, Jean and her husband celebrated their 10th wedding anniversary at Lake Superior, where they spent their honeymoon. Way to go, you two. Jean walked where she previously had to be carried and even completed a 10-mile hike. Despite the misdiagnosis, she feels no resentment. Instead, she chooses to focus on gratitude. Jean says this, even though I went untreated for 3 decades, I was able to make friends, go away to college, marry, and have children, despite the fact that I could barely move my arms or legs, despite the countless hours of spasms, stiffness, and cramping throughout my body. I maintained a positive attitude and remained a joyful person. She actually credits her difficulty for helping her realize how wonderful the gift of mobility is, something we totally take for granted, most of us. I imagine if Mrs. T could talk, she'd wheel on over here and say the same thing. What an attitude. Kind of reminds me of the philosopher Socrates, who said, by all means get married. If you get a good wife, you'll become happy. If you get a bad one, you'll become a philosopher. I'm not sure how that fit. Anywho, there's always something to be grateful for, isn't there? What are you grateful for today? Craig Barnes said, gratitude is our ability to see the grace of God morning by morning, no matter what else greets us in the course of the day. So here's my prayer for you today. Lord, you've given me so much. Give me just one more thing today, a grateful heart. Maybe you're wondering how long I've been in this white room. They won't let me out till you push that subscribe button. Please.